Approximately 24 hours after contact was lost with civilians aboard the Madleen, lawyers were able to meet with 10 of the 12. We confirm that 4 of the 12 have been deported and 8 remain in Israeli detention, and you can see the list down below. Israel is handling the custody of all 12 as though they had entered illegally, even though they were forcibly abducted from international waters and brought into Israel against their will. The 12 were given 2 options: sign documents consenting to deportation or remain in detention and appear before a tribunal. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition had encouraged some of them, if given the option, to agree to deportation in order to restore access to communication, including the ability to speak freely and advocate for their comrades when and if they are able. All of them disputed the claim of unlawful entry in writing, affirming that Israeli law does not apply to them, and that their mission was humanitarian in nature, and that the interception and their detention are illegal. Those who did not consent to leave remain in detention and will appear before a tribunal. Legal counsel will argue that the interception was unlawful, the detention arbitrary, that the volunteers must be released without deportation, and that the volunteers be allowed to return to Madleen to resume their lawful mission to Gaza. However, we all know too well there is no justice in Israel's system. Founded on colonization, occupation, and apartheid, the tribunal will ultimately order their forced expulsion. The FFC stands with the Madleen 12. Their detention is unlawful, politically motivated, and a direct violation of international law. The persecution of humanitarian action and the silencing of resistance will not succeed. We acknowledge that by virtue of their passports of privilege, the 12 are shielded from the daily brutality and horrendous systemic torture Palestinians endure under Israeli occupation. According to Adamir Prisoner Support and Human Rights Association, as of June 4, 2025, there are over 10,400 Palestinians held captive in Israeli dungeons. Of those, more than 400 are children, and more than 3,500 are held without trial, charge, or minimal due process. Solidarity with the Madleen 12. Solidarity, comrades.